Hi, Kathleen Guire here. Welcome to Trauma Informed Parenting. I'm going to be sharing from a PDF I created. It's a freebie. You can get it on my website, traumainformedparenting.com. And it's called How to Have Peace When Your Kids Are in Chaos. And I have a book by the same name. Let me introduce myself a little bit. I am the mother of 7, 4 through adoption, former National Parent of the Year. I'm a trauma-informed parenting coach, but more than any of those things, I'm a parent just like you. And that's why I started this channel. And I'm starting out by going over this freebie that I created so you can understand kind of the skeletal thing of what I believe and what works and what doesn't work. Now, I also have a book by the same name, How to Have Peace When Your Kids Are in Chaos. But like I said, you can get this lovely PDF on my website. Now, what I used to think worked after we adopted a sibling group of 4 to add to our 3 bios is that I would just learn the science of trauma, like what's going on, and then the behavior would automatically be fixed, and that would be the whole thing. So what I believed worked is learn the science, change the behavior, and then you're going to have peace in your home. But that wasn't working. What I was realizing, because I had a trauma history, that my triggers were triggering my kiddos' triggers, and they were triggering mine. We were triggering each other's, and it was like this big trigger war. And when I began to realize that the biggest part of the chaos was me. Not that my kids were behaving perfectly or that it was all about me, but I was the only one whose behaviors I could fix. And what that meant was I had to change what I believed worked. Before learning the science, changing the behavior and having peace, there were a couple more steps. And the first step was reframing my beliefs about parenting and reframing my beliefs about myself. And then the second step was making sense of and peace with my past, and then learning the science. And then the behaviors were changing, my behaviors and my kiddos. And then there was more peace in my home. So reframing our beliefs, that is the first step in what we need to do in order to have more peace in our home. And often it's reframing our parenting beliefs. Sometimes it's reframing beliefs about ourselves and our value and our worth. For me, it was that I had to believe that I was valuable because, like I said, I had had a trauma history myself. And so I began to believe that because I had a trauma history, then I would naturally just be able to parent these kiddos. And that's like driving on the interstate and taking credit for building it. It just didn't work that way. I had to work through my things first. And the first belief I had to reframe was about my value. And one of the scriptures that really helped me was in Ephesians 1, that before the foundation of the world, he adopted me. He actually picked me out, chose me to be his child because it was his kind intent. Now, I'm greatly paraphrasing that, I know, but that was one of the beliefs that I had to reframe and know that I was valuable in God's eyes, and I needed to accept that to make me a better parent. So that was the first belief that I needed to reframe. So maybe you need to reframe a belief. Maybe it has nothing to do with your value. Maybe it has to do with the fact that you think traditional parenting is the way to go and it's not working, and you need to reframe some beliefs about parenting and what works and what doesn't work. So that is the first step. And like I said, you can get this PDF on my website, and I'm going to end right there because I think that's enough to chew on for today. So I will see you next time. Bye.